Transform your body with SA's most trusted body sculpting aid, USN FedraCut XT, clinically proven for effective weight control. USN, all about results.
Want to have the physique of a superbug? Pierre Spies believes it's within your reach. He shares some easy tips to help you reach your fitness and weight loss goals.
Pierre, I think a lot of professional athletes understand the importance of recovery and correct nutrition after a training session, but do you think it's something that us average guys tend to forget about?
For a guy walking on the street wanting to live a healthy lifestyle, it starts with the way you eat. And especially if you start training, I think it's the most important aspect of it, the time you spend after training.
So whether or not you're a professional rugby player or even just the average guy on the street, you need to make sure that you properly recover.
You got to make it a lifestyle, and also you got to train hard, but again, your diet is everything. So if you're going to miss a meal or if you're going to eat unhealthily, you're not going to get the proper results.
Now after a training session, why would you say warming down is very important?
For ultimate results, you need to just warm down or stretch a bit, especially if you've worked hard or maybe had a hard gym session. Just to stretch out the lactic acid and just to keep your muscles mobile and keep them supple.
So how would you properly go about warming down?
I don't think you need to do too much, just a little bit. I think you need to do at least between 5 to 10 minutes of stretching. If you do running a lot, just run a little bit slowly for about 100, 200 meters just to warm down, a slow jog, and then afterwards just stretch. I think that'll be enough, just to let your muscles also have that memory of stretching down.
Another often neglected part of a training regime is recovery. This is essential to help prevent injuries and build muscle fibers.
You are obviously someone putting a lot of emphasis on recovery. Now, what are some of the supplements you always carry with you to make sure that you recover properly?
Yeah, I think a great one for during sessions are the BCA Vitago, one I always like to use. And especially sometimes afterwards, the Recover Max. A lot of the guys at the Bulls use that, and also for myself, I enjoy using the Pure Protein after sessions.
Now, the supplementation that you use for recovery, would it change at all when it comes to match days per se?
Not a lot. I think if you go during the week, you use some of it, and then you scale it down for a day or two. And once you hit game day again, I'll use what I've used during the week. So I'll use some of the anabolic Nitro X before starting to warm up. And then at halftime I'll use some of the BCA Vitago. So it stays the same. You just on the game day you probably use all of them within 2 hours.
The goal determines the diet. When Pierre needs to alter his muscle mass or improve his recovery, he adjusts his supplement and whole food intake accordingly.
Talk us through your nutritional needs in a season in terms of your different food groups, how you balance your meals, how many times a day you need to eat.
For me, 3 good balanced meals is wonderful. In the mornings, it's tough for me to eat. I don't eat a lot in the mornings. I'll just have a bowl of cereal, and maybe through the morning, sometimes I'll have a mid-morning snack. And then at lunch, just a light lunch before we go to training. And then at night, usually I'll have a bigger meal because I'm hungry then.
And how can supplementation kind of help you get that recommended daily allowance with all the food groups?
It just fills up the gaps. So I think also the great thing about supplements is it's a great product and it's great food quality. So you don't always get that out of food, and especially if you don't know what to eat. So it's good for, like I say, for recovery and for building. So especially mid-morning snacks, whatever, it's good to have a protein shake maybe in the middle of the morning, 2 hours before lunch, or like in the afternoon, 2 hours before dinner.
And it's also a bit about a convenience factor, I'm sure.
Yeah, for sure. The fact that you don't have to go buy a meal or go sit down and eat with a knife and fork. Now you just put it in the shaker and it's ready to go.
If you're not a professional athlete like Pierre, but still dedicated to learning the essential basics of optimal nutrition, the USN Body Transformation Starter Packs are a powerful guide.
How do you manage to maintain your nutritional needs? Let's say you are traveling. Let's take the World Cup, for example, because I'm sure you don't want to switch up your diet too much. How do you go about that?
I don't always eat right the whole time, but you eat right most of the time. So at least you have that result. And then you got to be aware of, let's say you got to plan ahead a little bit. Have a little good snack, a healthy snack, not a unhealthy one. And if you get that routines in your life, you'll definitely have the benefits.
Yeah. And if you travel overseas, do you kind of cart your supplementation with you, or do you make a plan over there?
We take it with, and well, sometimes they give us grief on the borders of it, but otherwise we take it with. And we just work it in like it's back home, yeah.
So we want to leave the viewers today with something special. What is your ultimate favorite meal?
Well, it would have to be the one that my wife makes. It'll be skinless chicken with some nice greens, baby marrows, and maybe pumpkin, a few potatoes in there, and then we'll have a nice salad also made homemade with some, I don't know, rocket leaves and tomatoes, and then we also have a little bit of couscous, which is nice at home. So, and again, I guess the homemade meals are always the best, and my wife prepares it enough for all of us. So there's always spare to eat, and that's what I like. Yeah.
So we'll get hold of that recipe for you, and we'll post it on the USN SA page on Facebook, and you can go download it there yourself.
UNA Spies shares her recipe on the USN SA Facebook page. Also take a peek at usn.co.za for other great tips.
Stay with eXpresso and SABC3.